Ken Gamble. What's up, my man?
Not much.
Episode 113.
Haha.
Drinking off a fourth grade loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know how crazy it is? I'm a huge NFL fan. We've been talking about out in the parking lot. It's like no matter how invested I am in an NFL team at any given moment, is nothing like watching your son's team play.
Yes. So.
Isn't that nuts? It's like I've never been more invested in any football team in my life than I am a fourth grade elementary team. It's just.
It is. I
crazy.
can completely agree with you on that one.
Like your heart is in it. It breaks your heart when they get a penalty. When they, it's so wild.
It is. I can't explain it. It's just like you said. Your heart's in it. It's.
And my parents went to all my games, but I didn't appreciate what their experience was like. It was like, hey, my parents are here to support me, but you don't really think of it from their side. Like, they're invested in it. It's their child out there succeeding or failing. You live those highs and lows with them. Your son fucks up on the field, you live that with them. They make a great play. It's like you swell with pride.
It's just
Did you play football?
Fun. No, I didn't play no football. I wrestled and I was in cross country for a little bit.
What'd you do in cross country?
We just ran. I don't remember how big the courses were.
I didn't do cross country, so I don't know if there's like there's different distances, right?
I don't think
races,
so.
Or is it all just?
I think they're all the same distances. I may be wrong because while I was a kid, I just never paid attention while I was there.
The thought of cross country made me want to self-delete.
It was intense. It was.
Some of those dudes are running 15 miles a day or more.
Yep. I will agree to that one.
I don't think I've walked 15 miles since I graduated. Like that's, which is horrible. Like I'm 43. I need to exercise. I should be 400 pounds as much beer as I drink, and as many late night nachos as I have.
Damn.
But exercising is hard work.
Yes, exercise is hard work, especially when you don't really have the extra time to do it.
Well, that's the thing. You got to make the time, and a lot of people are dedicated to it. But like, I'd rather spend my time songwriting or doing something. Which they're both productive, but it's like what kind of what do you value? Or just like sometimes you just need some time to chill.
Yep.
You want to fucking watch a movie or something, But
sit down, play the game,
But people are dedicated to it. I know guys are. I'm like, how do you fit it in? They're like, I get up at 4 a.m. It's like, there you go. So they're sacrificing.
Yep.
I'm just not willing. I guess that's what I'm coming to the conclusion. Like, I'm just not willing to sacrifice
that sleep time.
The sleep for the exercise.
Yes. I can't disagree with that just because, that's the time I get up for work every morning.
Yeah.
Every Monday through Friday.
Right, but then you're getting up early, so you're drained earlier in the day. So when you get off work,
I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm ready to go.
What time do you usually go to bed?
Usually, depending on the little girl, on if she goes to bed.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
That 9, 10 o'clock, and then I get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work.
Yeah, so what, 5 to 6 hours sleep?
Yeah.
Girl you got's a sassy one now.
She is. She has her good days.
She get that from her mom?
No, which is why I'm surprised.
Not at all. Oh, she gets it from you, really? Or is this lying to the camera because your wife's gonna watch this? Enough said. No, she's cute, man. I loved her little rain boots she had on today. I'm glad I don't have a girl, but like.
She ended up passing.
Y'all got a cool one.
She ended up passing out on the way home.
Did she?
Yeah.
She was in mood this morning when I saw her.
Oh yeah, I was happy.
She didn't say hi to me, and I thought she liked me.
Yep, she's just in. She woke up this morning and was just in one. I was like, come on.
What's that like having a daughter?
Having a daughter, you're always on edge.
That's why I didn't want one.
Always on edge.
Always. Even at that age. Like at any age. Always on edge.
It is weird. I will say it heightens your senses because you're always trying to, watch.
Yeah.
Make sure she's within eyesight.
Whereas boys, if you feel like you train them up, they're capable of handling each other fine.
Yep. That's how I am with Daryl. We let him go do whatever. Run around the neighborhood that we're in, and we give him a walkie-talkie.
Man, y'all got a front row seat to the game there. I saw your video the other day.
Yeah, that was.
You can hear the announcers loud and clear.
Oh yeah. Wait, which one? Which video was that one?
I think you sent me a video from outside your yard,
in the backyard
during the game, during that Pirates game. Yeah. Because my parents live, close by, and they can hear it.
I would say it would probably be another football field between us and the actual field. Yeah. So it ain't.
That's wild.
It's pretty crazy. You can hear the fireworks every time.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
That's just wild that they have fireworks at high school football games.
It is. Why?
So how long do you live? Where were you born?
So I was actually born in Springdale, Arkansas.
Okay, me too.
Right there at the hospital, right down.
Yeah, that's usually where that happens.
But born there, we lived. I think we ended up moving to California.
I'm gonna turn these mics up. Keep talking.
Early enough that I kind of don't remember it. Yeah. I remember being in California.
Right.
But stayed there for. I think we stayed there for 10 years, maybe more. I remember moving back when I was. I turned 18 when I was here, so. Around 16, 17, we moved back to Arkansas.
All right, so you've been back for about 10 years?
Yeah. 10 years.
Which state is better to live in?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, compared to living out there in California. And then just liberal-wise, just better to live here. Don't have to deal with all the nonsense over that way.
Well, that's a different kind of liberalism, though.
Yes.
I consider myself technically liberal, and I got a lot of liberal friends, despite being a Trump supporter. But California's a different kind of liberal.
Different, 100%.
Which most of the state is red, as I understand. It's just the major cities. It's all the urban areas. Like up north, Northern California is mostly red. It's just you got Los Angeles and San Francisco, which have all the population there.
Yeah, those are some big towns.
But they are radical left out there.
Yes.
Wow, have you seen all the people, pregnant ladies taking Tylenol over this? So Trump basically came out and issued a statement about Tylenol possibly being linked to autism based on a Harvard study, and RFK had pushed this agenda through to Trump. And anyway, I haven't done my research on the study. I don't know if it's true or not. I do know autism is genetic. Yeah. So I don't know how those two connect. I don't claim to be an expert on any of it, but the fact that people have TDS so bad, there's been a bunch of TikTok videos of pregnant chicks down in Tylenol. Look.
Wow.
And it's man, you're willing to put your child at risk because to what? Trump's not even going to see that video. No, it's you're trying to spite him. TDS runs so deep in people. It's really sad. It's you hate anybody so much that you're willing to put your child at risk as a parent. And you're talking about being on edge having a daughter?
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of them are performative and fake just to get clicks.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them out there that are doing it.
That are actually,
I don't know what to believe on the internet anymore, though.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's just, in my eyes,
California liberal.
Yeah.
Or liberal.
That's, I'm ashamed of that one.
But
damn.
But it runs deep in these people. They hate that man so much it controls their lives. They do nothing but post and I don't understand it, man. I like to keep up with what's going on in politics, but it can't be your life. You gotta, otherwise you'll be just an angry person.
Yeah.
All the time, and how bitter, at everything, and how corrupt it is. Both sides, all sides, every which way sides. But to let it consume you, you gotta focus on your family, but a lot of them don't have families. The birth rate on the, especially the progressive left, is way lower They're not well, they don't want to bring kids into the world, or much higher abortion rate, obviously.
Yes. Oh, fuck. Damn. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really keep up with that. I don't watch the news that much.
That's good for you.
All that.
Well, I like to stay informed, but like I said, you can't let it be your whole life.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lose friends over it.
Yep. 100%.
Like, if you're gonna push the issue to where it's like our friendship depends on it, then get the fuck out. Because like, I'm not gonna.
Yep.
We can agree to disagree, and that's fine.
100%.
Absolutely fine.
Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah, and everybody has their limit.
It's their right.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, used to it was considered taboo to talk about politics in public. Uh-huh. And now with social media, everything happens immediately.
Yeah.
Everybody reacts emotionally.
Yes.
It's like back in the 1800s, it would be like 3 months before you got a newspaper what happened in Washington.
Yeah.
And now it's like immediately. Shit, I watched Charlie Kirk basically get murdered live. Trump assassination. My buddy Matt Thomas calls me. He's like, "Hey, did Trump get shot?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I know somebody at the rally, and they said Trump just got shot." And so I go, and there's nothing on the news. It was so fast, nothing had been able to be printed yet.
Yeah.
And like I went to the YouTube because they were streaming it, and I just went back like 2 minutes, and you saw it.
Damn.
It's like that's like how quick you were able to see it and connect with it. We were actually doing a podcast that day, and that's all we talked about. Because like we were just getting news as it came in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's wild.
That's wow.
It's hard to think. Like I don't remember any assassinations in my lifetime really, other than the attempted one on Trump and Charlie Kirk. I know there probably have been, but not anything like high profile like that.
Yes, I can.
Like Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. Like those are things you learn about and stuff. But that was before my time.
Yep.
Robert Kennedy, Reagan attempt, but just since then, I don't know. It's wild. We're in a dangerous climate. We hate each other for stupid reasons.
And it's crazy to think, that in all this mayhem and stuff, we're there's we may go to war or shit like that,
And you got a boy.
Yeah. And
what happens if we get in some shit fest and you gotta send your kid off to possibly die?
No, I don't know.
I don't want to think about it. I got a 15-year-old, man. If we're in World War III in 3 years, is he gonna get drafted? I'll take him to Canada myself.
I would go before that.
I'd go in his place. I'd never be able to pass a physical. But
I would.
But if I had the choice, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely go in his place. I couldn't allow him to go through that.
Can you imagine the parents of the Vietnam veterans sending their kids over there, getting the letters?
The pain they felt.
The anxiety when they left. You don't know. You might get a letter a month, if that.
Yep.
And so a whole month goes by where you don't know. Are they alive today? I hope my son's alive.
Yep. You don't know if you're gonna have a uniform show up at your front door. I couldn't. I wouldn't.
We're so civilized. Yet we're just as barbaric as ever. We just do it in a more friendly way.
Yes.
There's political. It's all salesmanship.
Yep.
We're still barbarians. We still murder and kill each other over religion, which is typically what it's all about. Religion or greed. Those two things. Man, if you could.
And those are always the two most common things.
Yeah.
Always.
Even Christians, like Christianity has always had a lot of negative aspects to me. I consider myself a Christian, but I'm not a resurrectionist. I don't necessarily believe Christ rose from the grave. And it pisses a lot of my Christian friends off. Like, you're not a Christian then. It's like, what do you care? Like, why do I have to believe exactly what you believe? It pisses them off. And it's like, this is what makes the radical left is your intolerance of my version of Christianity.
Yes.
Why are there 90 subsects of Christianity that all believe different things? And, it's just, I don't know. It's just thou shalt not judge, and there's a lot of judging going on.
Yes, more than there should be,
And now you got the left basically being just as, or the extreme left, I will say,
yes.
radical left, not left in general.
Yeah.
But now they are just as intolerant. Like if you don't celebrate me, or if you don't, basically everybody should have an equal voice, and it's like, no, that's not fucking life. That's not how that operates in the fucking jungle.
Nope.
The best of the best win and survive.
Yes.
You don't all get a fair fucking shake,
No.
I just think free shit doesn't work.
Yep. You got to work for what you got.
Now some people have a leg up.
Yep.
You get a rich kid, you get a free ride to Harvard or something. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to work a lot harder if you don't have those advantages. And I'm not saying, I think more than anything, everybody tries to make it about race. It's about class.
Yep.
Really?
It is.
Everybody talks about urban black culture and stuff, but nobody wants to talk about like meth head white trash culture that exists.
Yes.
They never get any attention. And that's a sad cycle.
It is.
When you grow up in drug families, and it's a whole different thing than black communities go through.
Yeah.
Like the rural, you know it, I'm sure, but it's tragic. Some of these kids, even that have opportunities, that can't because they got to take care of their parents because they're on drugs.
Yes.
It's just, but that doesn't get any attention because they're white. But it is a really tragic thing. Any class, low class section, white, black, whatever you are, poverty, we'll say, is tragic.
It is.
But kids rise above it all the time.
Always, and I love seeing
But most of them don't. A lot of them repeat the cycle.
Yep.
That's why you always want your kids to do better than you. Or at least I do. I will hope,
Always.
I want to give my kids a better life than I had, and my parents wanted to give me a better life than they had, and so forth and so forth.
The cycle just continues.
Yeah. Yeah, until our kids are spoiled, fat, and lazy, ungrateful for everything. Which I see a lot of kids that are.
Yes.
Sadly. But parenting takes hard work, and not a lot of people are willing to put the work into it.
Yep. They are kind of more worried about, money, stuff like that.
Status.
Yep. Keeping up with,
What is my status in the community? That's why I don't live in a community. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I'm out here. I know my neighbors well, better than most people don't even know who lives across from them. I won't say well, but we know each other.
Yeah, seeing each other.
We got a barter system around here.
Yeah.
It's different kind of living.
It is.
For example, do you know, you live in a subdivision, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there's people all around you. Do you know any of them?
Personally, not really. We chat here and there whenever, they're out taking their strolls around the neighborhood with their babies and stuff like that. But other than that, it's
small, serving size conversation.
Serving size?
Yeah. Or more.
Sometimes, I've had a couple of them, stop by,
Kids play together at all? Like the kids in the community play?
The kids in the community play.
That is one thing good about living in a neighborhood. There's a lot of kids to play with. If you don't have, we got 3 boys, so they got brothers, so they're always entertaining each other. But if you don't have siblings
or my son, because he just got his sister, so to have other boys around to play and.
Does he ride his bike? Does he have a bike he rides or anything?
He used to. He popped the tire on it by skating. Typical little boy stuff. So I gotta put a new tire on it, but I don't wanna. I want to find the exact tire that was to the bike. Because it's like a half black.
God, that stuff is so complicated.
It
the
is.
Damn tires. My son's into mountain biking and dirt biking, none of which I know anything about. Thankfully, my dad is a mountain biker, and his best buddy Rick is a dirt biker, so they've been able to help him because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah. So bicycles, I wasn't into mountain biking or anything like that. I was BMX, skateboards, stuff like that.
Is that what you were into growing up?
Yeah, that was my little thing, my niche. Once I got into old enough to start getting around and just having fun.
Yeah.
So that was my thing to have fun with, and I did it for a little bit. I still got my bike from whenever I was younger.
Do you?
Yeah, I need to refurbish it, bring it back to its old little glory.
The BMX bike?
Yeah, it's an old Haro. I can't remember what year it is, but it was the year that they still had that heavy, bulky frame. So it's pretty heavy. I don't know if it's a race bike, but it's got a higher gear ratio, bigger sprocket in the middle. That's it. But I used to ride around on that thing all around town.
You still skateboard?
No, not really. Not since I've gotten older. I wish I would, but
You get your son on one?
Huh?
You gonna get your son on one? How old were you when you started learning how to skateboard?
I would say I was 13, maybe 14 is when I started messing around with the skateboard.
Right.
And it was fun, but I didn't get too into it. I was more for cruising, having fun.
And you got to put in the work.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I'm no skateboarder, but I can appreciate what goes into that. And like, if you fail playing a song, you miss a chord. You fail doing a stunt, you fucking knee up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of appreciation for what those guys put themselves through physically.
Yes, and that's part of the reason why I probably don't skate no more.
Yeah.
I feel it in my knees and shit like that now. But I still like to ride around on it. Get out there and just push it around, ride around on it. But other than that, doing trick wise, no, thank you. I like a longboard is more than a regular skateboard now, just because it's set for more of a cruise type attitude, So I was like, yeah, I prefer longboarding nowadays, So, but I don't even get out and do that much. It's always work, home, football practice. Now, help the boy out, try to, give him a little help when he needs it. Keep an eye on the little girl, and play my video games as well.
Yeah, you say you're Battlefront or not? What'd you tell me? Call of Duty. Yeah, I don't know why Battlefront. I was looking at a Star Wars poster. so right there.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
My father's got that same exact Link statue.
Oh, really?
My little girl runs around and plays with it.
No shit.
Yep.
That's hilarious. So that was at Toys R Us forever, and it was like $79 or something. I mean, it was there for a month, and I was like, I'm not paying that. And then they went out of business.
Yep.
And like they're doing markdown sale tomorrow, and I was like, I got to go down there and get that Zelda. And I got it for nothing.
Yes.
But like,
I don't even remember when my dad got that, but he's had it
Link,
for a while.
I should say.
I know he had it whenever my son was littler, younger.
So your dad's how old's your dad?
My dad.
Probably closer to my age, obviously. You're
I want to
probably
say
48, 50.
I want to say he's like 39, 40 something.
You're
41,
28.
Yeah.
You can't be 12 years older than me.
I feel like he's around 40, 41, 42.
So he was 13 when he had you? That's pretty young. I'm not saying it's impossible.
I know my mom's 40.
It's gotta be 48 or 49.
I feel like you may be correct.
It's gotta be.
49.
Mathematically, it should be.
I'm
But
just
it's
being
Arkansas,
nice.
so you never know.
I'm just being nice.
There's that too. It's wild,
Yeah.
Your grandparents still living? You have
one. Well, yeah, one. My grandpa.
When I lost my last grandparent, it really just started a new chapter in my life. Like, it really made me appreciate mortality.
Yes.
To when you look at, like, because before it was like, grandpa's the patriarchy, like he's still there, I'm like 2 down, and then your last grandparent's gone, it's like, man, my dad's the next one You know,
start setting
like,
reality into check.
yeah,
you
like,
know? It's
you
like,
know,
make
yeah.
the most of the time you got left.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, absolutely.
You know.
It really makes you appreciate life a lot more, and
Yes.
the positive things you have.
Yep.
You know, I look at myself 10 years ago or so, and I'm like, man, what a piece of shit. Like, I was always negative, always bitching. You know,
Yep.
it's like the older you get and the more invested, especially having kids changes you. I mean,
Yes, 100%.
before you have kids, you are internally selfish, and that's natural. You have no one else to worry about.
Yep.
It's all about you. But once you are responsible for the lives and comfort and safety of 3 other people or 2 other people, or, well, you know, including your spouse, it changes you.
Yes.
Like, people who are unmarried are insanely selfish, and then you get married, and then you have to worry about a spouse.
Oh,
now you're
yep.
accountable to somebody.
Yep.
But then when you have kids, now you're responsible for their well-being.
Yes.
You're not necessarily responsible for your spouse's well-being. You're just, you know,
Yep.
trying to live in a harmonious environment,
Yep.
right? Which is hard to do with any human being.
Yes.
And then when you have kids, it's a whole different ballgame.
100%. It's crazy. I know. I hopped into it right in high school. You know, it's.
Yeah, you'd have been what, about 18? Your son's 10, ain't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
10, 18 years old. I dropped out of high school and I went straight to work. I started jumping job to job, worked a few jobs. You know, did fast food for a while, you know, and went from fast food into construction for a little bit, you know, landscaping. Did that for a while, and then did some flooring. Went out of town, was going and doing replacing all the floors for like the Walmarts and stuff. You know, doing that for a while, and then ended up getting with the job I have now, Stericycle, and been there now 7 years, just kind of plucking away. You know, realized that, you know, I need to stop jumping job to job. I need to put in the work and the hard time, you know. And
yeah, it sucks. Jobs suck, man. I mean, that bullshit on every level, but like, that's what you do to keep your family afloat.
Yep.
That's a sacrifice you make,
Yep.
and mothers and fathers, and
Yeah.
you know, who work to
Yeah.
support their families in any
100%.
way, or homeschool your kids, anything. You know, the
Homeschool,
sacrifices parents make. If I didn't have kids, man, I'd be working like vintage stock
Yep.
and living in like a small apartment.
Yes.
You know what I mean? With
Not a care in the world.
With a well, I need a
Other than
place to play.
myself.
I need a place to practice. So I would
Little
have to account for
studio or
that.
something.
But like, I would just do the bare minimum
Yep.
to, you know, get by.
Yes.
If it weren't for my wife, we never would have moved out like of our first apartment. You know, we'd
Yeah.
still be there with 3 kids. she's like, no, we gotta do better than this. All right. All right. What do we need to do? How can I help?
Yep. I don't think my wife ever told me that. I got to a point to where I kind of realized, you know, I need to click into something and, you know, start working better, you know. I'm still with my parents right now, you know. I pay half the rent when Dad covers the other half, you know. Just because circumstances in past housing, because I got out on my own for a little while, you know. I went from a 1-bedroom apartment with my wife and my son to that flooded every now and then because of the way the landlord had it, you know. So that sucked. You know?
That's a bummer, dude.
So got out of that into a trailer house out in Springdale off of Parsons Road.
Yeah.
And got out over there, and that trailer was there for a while. Things were good, you know. I was working, kept the rent paid, you know, and then COVID hit, and the landlord, he was an old man, and he already had some health issues. He contracted COVID, and it killed him. And
damn.
So shit went sideways with that, and ended up being forced out by, you know, the sheriffs and shit like that, and ended up going back to my mom and dad's house because that was the only place I had to go.
Yeah.
You know.
But thank God that you had that opportunity to fall. A lot of people don't,
Yep.
you know, have that opportunity.
Yeah. You know. We went from there. Lived with them in that house. You know, that was the house we lived in when we moved back here originally. You know?
Okay, so they've been there the whole time.
Yeah,
that's
so
nice.
We went back there.
Bit of history there.
Yep. Went back there. The landlord there sold that place, you know, so we ended up having to move from there. So we moved from there into a trailer on MLK behind Jimmy's Eggs. That trailer edition back there. Lived there for a year, and then got the house in Farmington, and we've been there for I think 2, maybe 3.
Nice.
You know, and now
it's a good investment, man. You're a lot younger than I was before I bought a.
Yeah.
I think I was actually your age when we bought our first. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was about your age. We bought a condo, and then sold it to buy the land out here.
Okay.
But yeah, good on you for getting into something.
But yeah, they, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, the father helping me pay half the rent, you know, it'd be kind of a little bit more tighter on me, you know, harder on me. But living over that suburb, man, that's expensive. That ain't no fun.
Everything's expensive.
Oh yeah. But I know right now we're looking at trying to, you know, set up kind of like a homestead type thing. You know, me and my dad want to go in and purchase some land.
You need
together.
to buy. You need to get off the rent
Yes.
thing. I thought you had bought the place. Yeah, you got to get. You got to get
still
some.
renting.
You got to start getting some capital invested.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely make that a priority, man. For
Oh,
real, it'll change your life.
No, that's kind
Because right now you're throwing money away.
Yep.
For somebody else to make money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to get
out of that.
Yeah, homestead will be great, man.
Yep. But
you want to live out a little bit on a little bit of
Yeah.
land. Is that what you're thinking?
yeah, that's what we're thinking. Because you know we want enough, you know, that way, you know, we can put me a little trailer over here, you know, and then them one over here, because you know they're not gonna need, him and my mom aren't gonna need nothing too big. So
Right.
you know, do something like that for them.
They pretty close with your kids.
Yeah. They're there for them anytime, you know, they need. They're my dad's the last, not the Notre Dame game, but the last game before that, my dad took my son with him and went and got a picture drawn and stuff like
cool.
that, you know. When the father takes him out and goes fishing every now and then, you know, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. They're
Speaking
there.
of Notre Dame, they fucking whipped our ass today.
Man.
And now people are calling for the firing of Sam Pittman.
Yep.
Just like they did the last guy and the last guy and the last guy. We're never going to be competitive in Arkansas,
Nope.
folks. I don't believe in hopium.
I definitely
I believe in
agree.
optimism, not hopium. That's what Arkansas fans and Dallas fans have, is hopium. It's this false hope that every year is going to be this magical year.
Yes.
We made these changes, and it's
gonna
year
be
after year.
gold.
20 years in a row, you've been wrong.
Yep.
You know, it's like you're not establishing success in any way, shape, or form.
No.
And people say, well, you're not a fair weather fan. I'm like, no, I'm not a fan at all. I don't like losers.
You lack the money.
Yeah. Well, the money and the lack of national championships.
Yep.
I mean, if you're a kid, why on earth would you want to come here when you can go to Alabama or Georgia or Florida? You know, places with national titles that have been since the dinosaur age, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel it's just the history.
That's why I don't like college football. It's like, if you get a run and you win national championships like USC, people are going to flock there. You're going to get the best of the lit. It's not like the NFL where you get drafted and all that stuff. No, that'd be interesting if they instituted a high school draft.
Ooh.
It'd be hard to do with all of the classifications. It'd be almost impossible. But
yeah.
you know what I mean? But like, all the best kids are going to want to go, and Alabama basically has to weed people out, whereas
Yes.
Arkansas is having to work to get people.
Yep. Which is, it's insane that they all still come, but you know,
It's all they have.
yeah. I feel like it's just the only thing that keeps them coming is just the history with the school. I don't know.
I don't know. I, you know, I was a Broncos fan from a young kid, so I was a huge John Elway fan. I don't know why. I love John Elway, and I watched him from a young age until he won 2 Super Bowls my junior and senior year, and then he retired like a boss. But after that, I continued to be a Broncos fan, but everybody that I had watched had come and gone, and it's a whole new generation. I'm like, why am I
Still
necessarily
watching.
watching? These aren't, I'm loyal to a brand at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
And it's like I don't even like any of these players. I don't like the coach. That was, and
There
then
was one player I liked on there, and that was it.
yeah, and now it's like I don't follow teams. I follow players that I like.
Yep.
And I root for that team because like I love Josh Allen. We're talking outside. He reminds me of Brett Favre. I love the energy. He
Yes.
might throw a pick six. He might throw a touchdown. You don't know,
Yep.
but it's going to be interesting.
Definitely.
And he's super athletic, super talented. He's got a super fun personality. I miss Peyton Manning. I miss Brady didn't have any kind of personality. I'm glad Brady's gone. Actually, I do miss Peyton.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's just I don't know. I chose the Niners. Just
When you're out
I
in California, were you close to San Francisco or?
I lived over in Grass Valley, California, over by Sacramento. Lived there for a little bit, and then moved from Grass Valley up into Galt, California. So we were kind of close, but not too close. But that was the only thing, I knew other than, my dad liked the Seahawks, so
Why was he a
Seattle.
Seahawks fan?
Because he lived over in Seattle for a while.
Did he?
Whenever he was younger, I guess that's where his parents came from, was over in Seattle, Washington. They've got streets down over there named after some of the family. So that's he tells me about
That's
that
cool.
all the time. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm like,
Real cool.
But yeah, apparently they originated from Seattle and moved up into Arkansas, and yeah.
What
Been
brought
here
him
ever
down
since.
here?
I don't know. I have no clue. I've never actually asked my grandpa that. I've always wondered that. I feel like maybe just the slower pace of living down this way compared to down in the city.
Yeah, I bet.
I know that's definitely a very big appealing thing.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this
it's. I mean, you've been here 10 years, so
Yeah.
you've seen a ton of growth just
Oh,
in
yeah.
that 10 years.
yeah,
Of course, I grew up here, so for
it's
me,
starting to get
it was just, we had an 1,800 population in Farmington. Now the sign says 730-39, but it's more like 10,000. So it's, what's that, 500% growth in the last 25 years in a quarter century in Farmington. So,
and growing.
and people come here to play football,
Yep.
because we got such a great program. It's just wild. That field that we practice on the elementary, that was our game
Yeah.
field. Up until just
that's
a few
crazy
years
to
ago.
think, yeah.
I scored a lot of touchdowns on that field. I have a lot of connection to that field. And up where the sixth graders practice, up there by
Yeah.
the pine trees, that was our practice field.
Okay.
So that's where we practiced, and then the game field is where we
Right.
practice now.
Wow. I always wondered why that secondary field was there.
And that brick building down there where the bathrooms are,
Yeah.
that was our brand new field house my sophomore year. Across the street where that new building is used to be a really old, ancient building. I don't know, 1910s or something. Joking a little bit, but it was super old. But like our locker room was in there, and it was ratty, and that was our new field house. And now all they use it for is like some nutrition class and like storage of elementary. It's
Yeah.
wild. Like it was top of the line, state of the art back then.
And now it's just.
And now it's just a throwaway piece of property they have, and they've got
Yep.
this. It's basically like a small college.
Damn.
It's like a junior college. I mean, you've seen the indoor facility.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in there.
That
It's
thing
wild.
is-
The weight room. It is like a college.
It is.
High school
100%.
football.
It is crazy that they've gone that far. And it's grown that much.
Yeah.
That,
It is absolutely nuts. And I hate it.
Mm.
I'm not going to lie, I hate it.
Yep.
You know, it used to be no traffic and, you know, you could get anywhere in 10, 15 minutes. And it's like, there's houses everywhere now, there's traffic, it just sucks. I mean, I love, once I get home, I'm out in the country now, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, I hate going to town. Theo he's on a fishing trip with my parents this weekend, and
Okay.
he went with them after the game, but he had to have this one lure, and we had to get it yesterday because he was leaving today, and we had to go to Walmart. I was like, fuck.
Oh, man, yes.
Because after work, so this is like people coming in for the game.
yeah.
You know, it took us, and this is Walmart on MLK. It took us an hour to get there and back.
Yes.
Over
I hate having to travel to that Walmart.
I do too.
Traffic
hate getting in
down
that
MLK
area.
anyway.
Getting in that whole area. I'd almost rather go up to
Yes.
Joyce
Yes.
and go to that Walmart than go to that. There's no way in or out of it. And especially you live in Farmington.
Yep.
You can't get onto that damn stoplight to turn left ever. It's backed up so bad. I mean, it depends on when you go, obviously, but usually it's if I'm going after work.
Yep.
You know.
It's hard to get out of there on the left.
Yeah. I always just turn right and get on the bypass and go, even though it's out of route, because it's just faster.
Oh yeah.
And even that's a drag, but at least you can make progress.
Yeah. At least you're traveling at a higher speed.
Yes, I just hate being stopped.
Yes.
It drives me nuts.
Gotta stay in motion, people.
Oh, and dude, I mean, I cannot tell you how many times this week I have been driving and have had cars come into my lane, and I look over and they are literally not even looking like halfway up, like looking down at the phone. It's like, bro,
no,
like,
come on,
dude. I'm not a rat, but I feel like I need to start reporting these people. Like, it's dangerous, man.
It is.
It's dangerous. Do I do text every now and then, like, kind of look while I'm looking?
Yeah.
Yes, and I shouldn't.
At least position it to where you can still see the screen, but your
well, I try
kinda...
and keep it like right where I can glance down, but still, I shouldn't even be doing that.
Yep.
There should be no phones being fucked with.
And if you need to do that, at least have some sort of like Bluetooth device that you can command.
And they have a lot of that in cars now,
You
where it
know.
auto connects.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It's just really scary.
Yeah.
Used to cell phones didn't even exist, and now I'm seeing it all the time when people look over. It's not at a stoplight. It's like going 75 down the bypass, and then just boom. It's like, holy shit.
It's like, come on. You are going to cause a wreck.
And if there's an accident on our interstate, it fucks everybody's day. All day.
Yes. 100%.
I mean, golly, thankfully they've widened the road a lot and done a lot of work to it, but
turn this down real quick.
Yeah, this is obviously the most professional production studio of all time in here, but I love it when my phone goes off during the podcast. I'm like, fuck. Like, I can't even get that right, but I'm really not concerned about production quality. Like, I just do this because I like talking to people, and if you do anything to get rich or try to make it famous, or it's, I don't know. To me, it's gonna be performative. Yeah. It's gonna be fake. It's not gonna be genuine.
Yes.
But if you don't give a fuck and you don't have anything to lose, I just want to be able to go back in 20 years and say, or my kids to go. Well, and here, one of the reasons I started the podcast was when I told you it changed my life when my last grandparent died, my grandfather. Yeah. We weren't close until my grandmother died. Okay. And then he was my last connection to her. And so then we really bonded over that. So she died in 2014. He died in 2022. So it was only about an 8-year period where we were close. But when he went, it was my last connection to her and him. And it was like, man, I wish I'd have sat down and recorded some conversations and gotten his stories.
Yes.
And, that's really what made me want to start podcasting. It's like, man, I have so many stories that are told to me by my dad's generation, and like I want to have his buddies on and tell some of those stories.
Yeah.
I want to have my friends on that I'm friends with right now. I want to capture what's going on in life.
Yep.
And we've had some interesting moments, like I was telling you, the Trump assassination attempt. Like we were live, like not live, but we like sat down and recorded a podcast 10 minutes after the shooting happened. So you're getting live reactions. So like 20 years from now, I can go back and watch like this is the day it happened. 10 minutes after it happened, like what were we all thinking? What was going through our minds?
Wow.
And like, man, how cool would it be if your dad had a podcast where all his buddies came on? And
yeah,
I would watch.
Awesome.
So I don't care if I ever make a dime off it. I just want to talk to people. And
just have the history.
Oh yeah.
Be able to go back and look at it, watch it.
Absolutely. But also, you learn from people.
Yep.
The more you talk to and diversify yourself. So many people live in such small bubbles. And that's also, I think, a problem because we're so isolated politically. It's like, I'll only be friends with conservatives, or I'll only be friends with Christians, or I'll only be friends with LGBTQIA plus people. And it's like, we're so segregated now.
Yes.
And it's good to talk to tons of different people and get their ideas. And I've learned a lot from people who come on. It's a great thing.
Yeah. It's weird because, the way I look at that is like, just like in high school, you're segregated.
You're in your clique, or
you're in your
group,
clique, and that's you may have graduated from high school, but that still continues to this day out in the real world.
Yeah, absolutely, it does.
And it's
in
crazy.
Corporations. You have your little cliques and popular people with this director or that director. Yes. It's high school magnified.
100%.
I think the only purpose of high school is to prepare you for that bullshit.
Yep. Prepare you.
Because you don't remember anything you learn. You're not educated.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, because I was sitting there today because, after the game we got back and Daryl has like 3 more homework papers to do, left out of the stack that he had. He's doing them, he's getting them done, I let him have a little break. I told him last night, I was like, you get these last 3 done, you can take a break and go do whatever. Go play with go have fun. You're grounded, so don't go outside, don't go play your video games. Took his video game away, took his, Roku out of his room because, him not paying attention in class and stuff like that is...
So he could or couldn't go outside?
He could.
So what was he supposed to do? He took his games away.
Stay inside and play with his sister.
Do something. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just punish
Are they close?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She is...
It's a pretty big age gap, right?
Yeah, so he's 10. She is, I want to say 3? 3, maybe 4?
And it's your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Do you know when your daughter was born? What year?
Yes, 2015 is when she was born.
Okay, so, wait, 15?
Yeah. Or no, hang on.
That can't be right.
No.
That'd make her 10. He was born in 2015.
21.
21. So she'd be 4 this year.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I had to think because I always remember it.
She looks a lot like your wife. She's got your wife's features.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
100.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get told she looks like me.
Yeah.
But then at times I get told she looks like my wife, and then I get told she has my attitude. I'm like,
the one that pisses me off the most is when they tell me they look like the mailman. It's like,
damn, come on, man.
And it's like, man, then you start thinking, man,
really?
I gotta get an eye on this mailman. No. We used to be really good friends with our mail woman because when we lived out here, there was, she was, I don't know how we got to know her, but she'd bring us packages and stuff, and we'd give her cookies and stuff at Christmas and stuff. And then she retired, which we don't know I think they changed routes up quite a bit. But know my UPS guy real well. He's a great guy.
See, and I love it when people, get to know people like that.
Well, they come up here and they have dog treats, and you just get to know them because I order a lot of packages up here, so you get to, the mail can drop packages off down at the door. UPS has to deliver them to the door, and like Amazon.
Yeah.
Although I have found Amazon packages in fields a quarter mile down the road.
Damn.
That was a fun one. Like, your package has arrived. I'm like, I do not have it. And it's like, you can go on there and look at the picture because they take pictures of it now. And I'm like, that's in a field by a tree. It was kind of like a game, like hidden, like find the picture, It's like, where on the road? And so, I'm going down and I'm looking and like, I finally drive by and I'm looking for these features and I have too many songs. We can get into that.
All right.
You brought a songbook over.
Yes, from high school.
So, do you play an instrument or anything,
No.
or you just write lyrics? Like
I just write lyrics.
So, like you consider them lyrics or poetry?
I would consider them lyrics. I mean. But then again, I don't know. I guess they would.
The distinguishing thing is lyrics are usually put to music. Like, do you have ideas of like melodies in your head, or ideas of like them being songs at some point?
Ideas of them being songs at some point.
Okay. So do you write them in like verse, chorus, verse format?
Yeah.
Okay, so you write them like a song.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let me see this book here. This is a sick looking man. It's like leather skulls, dude.
Yes.
That's a cool looking book. Nice. So you Pokemon? Did you grow up Pokemon era?
Yep.
Pokemon kid. Did you play Pokemon Go?
No, I did not get into Pokemon Go. I did for a minute, but then I started seeing all those videos come up online of people just getting way too far into
it scared me. I was terrified.
I called it at that. I was like, no.
Good for you though for recognizing that, because like when that came out, I knew people who were just like nuts.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want any part of this.
No. you can give me Pokemon on the Game Boy.
There were people who were traveling to Paris and shit. It's like you catch Pokemon. It's like, bro.
No.
I played I think it was the red and the yellow Game Boy ones.
Yep.
I don't know if you even remember those.
Ruby and.
No, I think even before the Ruby ones. This would have been the year you were born that those came out.
Okay.
Because I was like a junior in '98. But there were two different Game Boy discs. It was black and white Game Boy still.
Okay.
Wasn't even Game Boy Color. Those are the only two I ever played. They were fun. They're all right. It's a way to kill time. But I didn't find them as like sophisticated as like a Zelda or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
But I didn't play any of the later ones, so I don't know where it evolved to.
Yeah, I after those I would say so in my era the ones that I knew of were Ruby Red, and then you had.
What systems were those on?
You could get them on Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
And I think that's where they kind of stayed. And then you got your Nintendo DS. You can get them on there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. As long as it was a cartridge and you could plug it into the Nintendo DS, you could play it. But
yeah, so that works.
Yeah, it was Emerald Green, Ruby Red, and then those were the only ones that I remember that I actually kind of got into.
Did you watch the show?
The show, I watched a little bit of it, but I wasn't too big into it because for me as a kid, I was into Beyblades. The show Beyblade, like Beyblade.
Is that an anime?
Huh?
Was that an anime?
It was just like a kids cartoon around the 90s, It was just, or I think it was 2000s. I think it was late 90s, 2000s and then early 2000s that it came into play. Like Beyblade, Bakugan, just a kids show.
Yeah.
And I was into that kind
What about
of
the
stuff.
cards? Did you collect the cards?
Cards, I didn't do too much of the cards. So for me, after, I want to say I had one deck of Pokemon cards that I, kind of kept with me and, toted around, played a little bit. But didn't get too much into the actual collecting of them.
Right.
I got into Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
And then after I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, I got into Magic the Gathering.
All right.
In my teenage years,
Yeah.
and that's where I stayed. Was Magic
I got a
the
lot of
Gathering
Magic buddies.
Was my thing.
That's
like,
too fucking nerdy for me, but I got a lot of Magic buddies.
Yes, that is where I fell into, just because the friends I had around me at the time all played, so we'd all get together like in a circle and have tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
and all that, just having fun, and
Yeah.
I was like,
They've done well in the video game market too, haven't they?
Yeah,
in that space. What's the franchise that they have?
So I don't think they have like an actual game other than on their phone, but
is that all?
On the app store, I think that's it. I haven't seen an actual
I thought they had like
video game come out yet.
That's why you need a fucking producer.
Yes.
Somebody pulling this shit up. But I'm gonna ask Grok, because I think Grok's probably better than Google. What video games? Oh, I guess I gotta fucking hit the microphone. What video games are based on Magic the Gathering franchise? Magic the Gathering, Battle Mage, Armageddon, The Gathering on Sega Dreamcast in 01.
Okay.
Let's see, Magic the Gathering Online 02, Getting Battlegrounds, Tactics, Duels of the Planeswalkers.
Huh.
Duels of the Planeswalkers. Oh, it looks like a Magic Duels. Puzzle Quest Arena. Okay. I guess none of those are like blockbuster titles. But today, if you have a franchise, you got to be everywhere. You got to be on everything.
Every platform. I think. I didn't know that they had that many related to.
Well, over the years, I mean, a lot of it's PC stuff, but yeah, I think I could see an interest in that. But I mean, I definitely get the appeal of stuff like that, the Magic the Gathering, and I mean, I played a lot of JRPGs.
Okay.
But at least there was movement and there was a story. Like with Magic, to me, it's like I'd rather play poker.
Yep.
Like I don't want to think too hard. I'm playing a card game. It's like it's so sophisticated.
It is.
You gotta fucking have an engineering degree to play well at that game. It's like I'm too lazy to learn all that shit.
Yes.
Were you good at it?
I want to say yes.
Or did you have a good enough deck to compete? Because that's part of it too. It's like an NFL team, right? Like you got to have a good deck too.
Yeah, I would say I had a good enough deck to compete. I think I still have those two exact decks still sitting.
Oh, really?
At the house inside one of my shelves.
That's cool.
I still break them out, look at them every once in a while, but I don't know too many places around here to go play. And it's not something that I'm constantly into nowadays anymore.
Right.
Between everyday monotony and stuff like that, for me it's video games, I guess, and then son.
I'm curious what the last let's say 2 years, what are the top 5 best-selling video games over the last 5 years? Be curious to see what this list is.
I feel like
you got any guesses?
I feel like Fortnite.
I said last 5 years, you stupid fuck. And it gave me Grand Theft Auto, came out in 2013.
Damn.
Over the last 5.
So I want to say
Grand Theft Auto 2013, Minecraft 2011, Animal Crossing 2020. Breath of the Wild 2017, Call of Duty. Hold on. Do you realize only one of those in the list was released in the last 5 years, which is what I asked in the first place? You can get mouthy with Grok. Apologies for the oversight. I interpreted best-selling over the last 5 years. Okay, so I'm the idiot. I said best. I should have said released. I owe it an apology. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Animal Crossing, Elden Ring, Hogwarts Legacy. I owe you an apology. I said best-selling over the last 5 years, not necessarily released in the last 5 years. Let's see how it accepts my apology. No worries at all. I appreciate the clarification.
That's
It's not, you know, with Google it's so impersonal, but with Grok it's almost like a, okay, give me the top 20 best-selling games that were released within the last 5 years. Okay, I think that was sufficiently sufficient. Yes. So you don't need a producer if you get Grok. Well, if you want to do video, you do. I would like to be able to do video. Now, man, do you use any AI?
No, I usually just use Google Chrome. That's about it. And I don't even have Google Assistant active, I don't think.
Animal Crossing, Hogwarts Legacy, Call of Duty Black Ops, Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Black Myth Wukong. I've never heard of that one. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed, EA Sports, College Football 25, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring, Night Rain. That's a DLC. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Borderlands. Big titles.
Damn.
Video game, I mean, there's more that goes into video games than there goes into making a movie now.
A lot more.
A lot more.
It's more technical.
It takes them 7 years. It took them 7 years, I think, to make Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course, I think they might have had some other projects going on, but still, it's like when you only have, man, like Nintendo's got multiple different properties, right? And their games are fairly simplistic. But it takes them a long time to get games out. But if you have a game as big as Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption, and you're voice acting, and you're mocapping, and you're creating all the landscapes, you got dialogue for thousands of characters. I mean, there's way more.
It takes so much time. So much time and so much effort into it more.
Like back in the day, they were so simple. You know, it was single screen when I was growing up. Like Atari, like you were trying to get to the top of the screen, or Pac-Man was going around a screen, or Dig Dug was collecting. You know, and then Nintendo, and you know, now it was a side scroller. You could actually move. You know, and I remember when that came out, and then I remember the first 3D games that came out, and you look at them now, and they look terrible. They were blocky as fuck. But it was 3 dimensions. The camera angles sucked, but we didn't care. It was like you had an environment. Now it's so damn real. I mean, it's like you're playing a movie. Did you play Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, it'll change your life.
Wait. I think I did.
Arthur Morgan?
I'm pretty sure I have. Red Dead Redemption.
Came out in 2019, I think, or 17.
I think I not too long ago, owned the deluxe edition with that red case. For it. I played it for a little bit. I liked it. I liked the storyline, you know, but then...
You didn't finish it, though?
No.
Okay.
No. I wish I did, because I was liking
you need
where
to
it
go
was
back.
going.
You need to go back and play that, dude.
Yeah?
It's the most emotional. Yeah, it's the only video game I've ever cried to. I'll tell you that.
Damn. Wow.
Most powerful story. It's better than any movie. And that's the thing, man. Like, they're so immersive now. You think about this, like, you know, movies are a couple hours, right? A TV series. Okay, let's say some simple math. Well, just like, say a TV show's, where's my goddamn calculator? I can't ever find shit on my phone. I have all these apps, and I never organize them well. Fuck it, we'll call it an hour. But if you, oh, here it is. So 45 minutes times call a season, you know, 24 episodes. That's 1,000 hours. Of a TV series that you're seeing those characters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're spending like 300 hours in a video game. So I mean, which is in between a movie and a television series. Like,
yep.
So I mean, you're getting to know them way more than you know. In a movie, you got a couple hours to know this character. You're not super invested. In a TV show, you're watching this series year after year, and you get super close to these characters, right? Yep. But like in a video game, it's somewhere in the middle where it's like, and not only are you spending like, because I think it took me about 300 hours to 99.9% Red Dead 2, but that's 300 hours I spent not just like watching it, but like playing as the character. You know?
Yeah.
Like that you are the character. So you're making decisions. I've got his picture up there next to my fallen hero, Arthur Morgan.
Okay.
And I actually dressed him in outfits, like in things that I actually owned. So I was basically I'd basically dressed like it's 1899 or whatever year that was. I encourage you to revisit it.
All right.
So what are you listening to these days? What's good out there?
Man.
Other than that rap shit, I can't get into that.
Other than that rap shit.
No, I'm joking. Who do you listen to?
Man, so I like Smith and Myers.
What kind of music is that?
So that is, I don't know if you know the band.
I'm old, so probably not.
But what was that band? Damn it. So we got So I got Slipknot.
All right.
Me some Slipknot.
Slipknot guy.
I like me some Disturbed.
Okay.
Nickelback. I like me some Nickelback here.
See, that's a very controversial take.
Yes.
And I see both sides of it.
Yep.
As a musician, I see both sides of it. They're incredible songwriters.
Yeah.
And they've got some really great shit. Then again, early on in their career, I feel like they were very fake. Like
100%.
Like really just trying to chase the single.
Yep.
And I think that garnered them a lot of hate early on. But I do think they're talented as fuck, and they're really good songwriters.
Yes.
So I'm not a Nickelback hater. I'm also not a Nickelback fan, per se.
Yeah.
But it's just funny how polarizing that band is. It's like you either love or hate Nickelback. And I'm kind of like, both things are true. Like, yeah, they were a little poppy, chasing the top 40 shit early on, but they've developed into a way better and heavier band.
Yes, 100%. And then let's see.
You a Foo Fighters guy?
I can rock with some Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
I grew up on some Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I bet you did.
And then let's see.
Well, who's rapping that you like? Because I know you like a little hip hop.
Let's see. So rap. What side of rap you want? You want country rap or you want?
Whoa, fuck! There's sides of rap.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know my genres of metal and rock. I don't know my genres of rap. So first of all, break down the different genres of rap.
Okay. So you got your country rap.
Okay, there's country rap now.
This country rap is, I don't know if you know the artist Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I know Jelly Roll.
So he started off as a rapper.
Right, I know.
So, yeah, I consider him country rap.
Okay, okay.
Even though he's going country now, I like his country turn.
Kind of like is this equatable to like Kid Rock?
A little bit. I would say that's where his music started off with. Was more relatable to a Kid Rock kind of vibe.
That'd be more my generation.
Yep.
I couldn't tell you a Jelly Roll song, but I know who he is. But
man, and then let's see. So along inside that,
he seems like a super fucking genuinely nice individual.
He is.
You see a lot of celebrities that you see like, man, that's a piece of shit. But like, he seems like a humble. Did he grow up with humble beginnings?
He actually was in prison for
I think I've heard this. I think I saw some of his Joe Rogan episode.
Yeah, he started his music career out of prison. Coming out of prison,
Okay.
He was wanting to look for something change his ways, keep
Okay.
him from coming back.
Well, that's a powerful story.
He found his his calling in music, and so ever since then he's just climbed the ladder of success throughout.
Well, to know someone's name without knowing some of their songs is like a pretty well.
Yes.
Like you're a star.
Yeah.
Like he's made it to the top.
Oh yeah, and then. Man, there's quite a few others that.
So, well, we're talking about genres though. So you got country rap.
Yep,
you still got gangster rap.
Yep, you got your country rap. You got your gangster rap.
Is mumble rap still a thing?
Yep, mumble rap is still a thing.
Okay. See, I know a little bit more than I.
Yep, and then you got your mainstream rap. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's just all sorts.
Like, would you consider Jay-Z like
a
mainstream?
Yeah.
Or would you consider Kanye?
Kanye, I consider mainstream.
Yeah, I would too.
I can't.
Not knowing anything.
Yes.
But I mean, he's like, I also don't know any of his music either. But as someone who listens to Kanye, is he a genius or no?
So I don't even listen to Kanye.
Do you not?
No.
You didn't listen to the new album he put out a while back?
No. So I kind of I stick with my Eminem.
Like a little Eminem. That was I've only bought 2 rap albums in my life.
Yeah.
And it was the Marshall Mathers album.
Yes.
And the Outkast double album.
Yes.
Which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But not all of that was rap. Like there was a lot of soul and funk and like.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, Outkast is the only group, and after I bought that album, actually I went back and bought Outkast's previous albums.
Yep.
Their earlier stuff was a little too rap for me, but like they had some wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
But see, I grew up on rap, the like OG rap, like Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer.
I remember
and then you had
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, you a Beastie Boys guy.
Yeah, I remember them. There was only a couple songs, a couple of their songs.
They had some bangers.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but like I
No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That was one of my top ones from them. I
really?
like that one. I think there was probably like only 2 others. I just can't remember. But No Sleep Till Brooklyn was the one that's on the top of my head when I say them.
My primary reason I don't like rap is a lack of heavy ass guitar, real drums, and melody. Like rap is pretty monotone.
Yes.
And now I respect the shit out of the lyrics. Like a lot of those guys are wordsmiths, you know. But I'm a very melodic person. That's why I like the Outkast album, because they were using a real band and they were singing. You know, I mean, it was just both discs too, because Andre had his side, and Daddy had his side. Like there's mostly 2 solo albums, pretty much, as I recall. But yeah, I won a Grammy by album of the year. Not that means jack shit, because music's subjective. Yeah. There's people writing in their grandma's basement who are probably better than half the artists out there. You know what I mean? Like really,
100%.
You have to luck and hard work and sacrifice is what gets you famous.
Yep.
And I'm just not willing to do the sacrifice. I put in the work because I'm working on the songs nonstop. I don't want to lose the time. Like I toured around for 2 years after high school, playing out of town gigs and stuff, and I didn't have kids, so it wasn't a big deal. But it's like I don't want to leave my family.
Yep.
100%. I don't want to. It's again. You do a thing because you love it, not because you want to get famous at it. Yeah. I feel like there's so many people like, I want to be a podcaster, or someone started a podcast to just, it's like, well, do you know what all goes into that? Do you know how to make it as a podcaster? You have to have clips. You got to have 30-second clips for the TikTok crowd, 5-minute clips for the Instagram crowd, 15-minute clips for the YouTube crowd, and then the episode on all platforms. And one person, it's a full-time job for one person. Because you got to go back and edit all that stuff. That's why these big podcasters have a team of editors and social media people
that do it all.
Right.
It's kind of go.
So I have no illusions. Like I'm never gonna break it mainstream with my podcast because I don't do edits. I just drop 3.5-hour podcasts, and So I understand, what all goes into that, and it's the same as a band. With a band though, I feel like now the internet's made it, more accessible to hear it.
Yeah.
But you got to get in front of people. You got to play live.
Yeah.
You got to, and you can't just play your own city.
No.
Over and over.
You got to travel.
Because you're just gonna get your friends coming out every time. You got to get out of town, and I don't want to do it.
No. Yeah. That's just not wanting to be away from the family, you know, and
I did it. I mean, and that's why we stopped, because our kids were born.
Yep.
You know, we played. My last band, Durham, was from together. Well, we're still together. We just play a show a year now at Durham Fest, but we played our first show in 2003, and our last show would have been in 2012. But my middle son was born on Cinco de Mayo. We were scheduled to play a huge Cinco de Mayo show that night, and he was born. We had to cancel that show, which ironically he's the one that got me back into music and the one I'm playing drums with now. So, well, it was sabotage. He sabotaged us so he could get in the band before he was even born. It's crazy.
Damn.
It's got to be Israel behind it. Jokes, people. The fucking anti-Israel crowd has become like I'll criticize Israel all day long, like the government and Netanyahu and stuff, but like the conspiracies around, like they're behind everything.
Yep.
It's like, come on, like a car accident happens in a small town, Israel's behind it. It's like, what? Like,
they're not even here.
It's like Jesus.
Oh man, no.
I don't know. How do you feel about the temperature of like the world climate, as far as you got China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, Israel versus everybody? I mean, do you pay attention to it all, or like? And your son's young, because mine's closer to war age than yours, so you don't probably have to worry about it as much as I do. But like, because you know, war is a gradual thing. It escalates, and then it pops.
Yep.
And it's like, this could pop in 3 years when my son's 18 and he could get drafted.
Yep.
You know,
I don't watch too much into it. I try not to, because you know, I try to tend to worry about, you know, what I know I need to do to, you know, make my world go round.
Well, that's good. I mean, you have to focus on that.
You know,
because that's the only thing that will make our world go round. And we were talking about this earlier, like the people that are like so involved in that kind of stuff. It infects the brain. It gets in there, and it's like, the thing is, you can't affect it.
No.
All you can do is vote, and you don't even know if that's rigged or not.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I mean, I still pay attention outside of election season, but it's like I don't let it control my life. I don't let it make me angry, or you know, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. I know here lately, just because, you know, with my dad likes to watch those little podcasts about the war stuff coming, you know, that's happening around. You know.
Who does he listen? Do you know who he listens to?
He listens.
I'd be really curious.
He listens to quite a few different podcasters about it. Every day it changes with them.
Okay.
But I never really look at their names.
Okay.
Next time I'll have to look. I'll let you know.
Ask him and let me know. I'd be really curious to see if we listen to the same guys.
Yeah, but I kind of listen in on it, you know, and watch it here and there whenever he's watching it. Kind of keep my mind fresh a little bit with what's kind of happening and what's kind of going on.
It's good to diversify. I listen to a couple right wing folks, a couple left wing folks, a couple moderate folks, and I feel like I get and it's like, okay, all 6 of them are saying the same thing, so there's the truth.
Yep.
Right? And then it's like, this side's presenting it this way, this side's presenting it this way. What are the people in the middle saying? You know, and you get it very broad. And I feel like it's a fair and balanced view, whereas if I'm only watching Fox News, I'm getting one side of the story, and lies by omission are lies. And I'm using, I probably shouldn't.
And you can't really sometimes you can't really trust what Fox News is saying, because you know the government has their hands dipped into that scenario.
Well, they do now, because Trump's in office.
Oh, yeah.
But when Obama was in office, they were up his ass.
Yep, that's true.
And they still are. I think Obama still controls the leftist media, but I don't trust any of them.
Nope.
Because they all have an agenda.
Yeah.
And that's why podcasts, really, I think, got Trump elected. I think him going on podcasts was more beneficial than debates or any interview he could do on Fox or CNN. Because, I mean, the demographic of Fox is 60 plus. You know?
Yeah.
Young people watch Gutfeld. Yeah. But other than that, it's old people who've already made up their minds. They're not going to change.
No. Yeah.
You know, I'm still like thinking of myself as young enough to have an open mind about things. I just want to know the fucking truth.
Yeah.
I don't care if it benefits my side or not. If my side's doing the wrong thing, then I want to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're so partisan now. It's like my side's right, even if they're fucking pedophiles. It's like, whoa, hold on now.
No.
Can we say no matter what side you're on, pedophilia is bad at least? But no, there's people
Yeah.
protecting pedophiles. And it's like, all right,
That's-
I'm not into that,
No.
regardless of what side you're on.
Yeah.
It's like the Epstein files. Like, I want that shit released, man.
Yeah.
I want to know. I don't care what side
Yeah.
you're on. You need to go down
Yes.
if you were participating in some of that shit.
Yes.
Could you imagine being that rich or elite where you could just,
Walk away without a scratch.
well, to just have the balls to do it in the first place and have enough money to do it? Because part of the reason he got off is because they bought the families off. They're like, hey, you know, you came from, we brought you off the streets. Yeah, we sex trafficked you to a bunch of guys, but man, we paid you for it, even though you're underage. You know, and here, we don't want you to testify. Your family's broke. Here's $1 million. Shut the fuck up and go away.
Yep. Sweep it under the rug.
Could you imagine being that powerful?
Man.
And the arrogance of it, to know you're going to get away with it, because you've also bought off the judges, and you know, you're covered at every level.
Yeah.
And you're funded by, and I truly believe Israel is behind Epstein. I think he was a CIA and a Mossad co-agent. I think he worked for both the U.S. and Israeli intelligence, collecting dirt on powerful people.
Yep. So,
Information is more valuable than money in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
But I feel like we're in an information apocalypse right now. You know, like everything's like so much information's coming at us that we can't even filter it. We can't even handle it.
Yep. It's keeping our minds kind of just running
constantly,
and that's what they're wanting.
Yeah, it's like a distraction. It's like the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Yeah.
There's already 3 different conspiracies forming around this. That it was the microphone that shot him. And Israel would have been behind that too, they say. That the microphone shot a projectile through his neck. Because the story of a 30-06 to me doesn't make sense. Because if you've ever shot a 30-06, if you've hunted, it's a boom.
Yeah, you hear.
And when you hear that, it was a crack. Now, even on a phone camera, a 30-06 would not sound to me like a crack. I ought to test this out. I'm going to shoot one tomorrow and do this test.
Fuck yeah.
But, in fact, I'm going to write that down too. I'm going to do a 30-06 audio test on a phone to see what it sounds like.
Yes.
But they're saying from the angle of it and all that stuff. And then there's video of a guy in a beige suit doing this right as the shot goes off. And then meeting somebody behind the stage and handing him something. Like, I'll send it to you.
Oh,
It's nuts. And it's like, man, because, you know, when JFK was assassinated, you had maybe, I don't know, 1 camera or 2 cameras out there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 4K. Now we've got thousands of cell phones.
Yep.
Hundreds of
Different
security cameras. There's footage of everything from every angle almost. It's kind of like in Batman Dark Knight, you know, when they, where he's, it's kind of like we get facts now, fast, and the public can almost come to conclusions faster than the FBI can.
Yep.
It's a weird time to be. But let's talk about the songbook. So, tell me what's in this.
Man, so I got a couple songs that I wrote before I left high school that I think I wrote them all the way up from junior high up into high school. I was writing. Let's see. I think I've got maybe 4 or 5. But after high school, after I moved back here, you know, I kind of stopped writing because I started writing whenever I was over in California.
Yeah.
You know, when I moved back here, I kind of slowed down, stopped, you know, because I was more worried about, you know, fitting in, making more friends, you know, just repeating the whole process over. So, you know, I kind of got sidetracked.
All right.
Well, you know, so I think I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs that I've written over the years, and I think the last one I wrote was in 2015.
Wow, so you're a decade out.
Yeah, it was after I moved back here that I wrote this one, because 2015 was the year Daryl was born.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I've got, like, the very first one I wrote was 2012.
Okay.
So I was, I can't even remember how old I would have been.
Is that 13 years ago?
Yeah,
15?
So I want to say maybe
15.
15. But yeah, they weren't bad. You know, I kind of started writing. I let my teacher in junior high look at them. You know, she asked me what I was doing one day because I was sitting there writing in class. You know, and I showed her what I was writing. You know, and she kind of told me, she's like, don't stop. You know, just kind of keep going. It's looking good. You look like you can actually do something, maybe. You know, so I've just I wrote for a while, you know, and then I just kind of stopped it, paused, you know, got involved with trying to, you know, make new friends once I moved back out here, you know, and...
Can you sing?
Sing? I can sing, I would say, you know,
Have you thought about starting a band?
A couple times, you know, but at times I also feel I can't figure out where my voice would better be suited and like what genre, you know. For me,
so figure it the fuck out.
I feel like I don't know. I think I could do country a little bit because, you know, I got that little bit of a deep voice, soft deep voice, you know.
So you can stay in key.
I want to say yes, but kind of. I've got a couple, you know, my wife says I'm good. You know, I'd have to have her like take a video of me doing something, you know, doing like a vocal cover of a song or something, singing along to the video
right.
or whatever. But other than that, you know, I can do what I need to do. You know, like I've got a video up on YouTube back when we first moved here, whenever I was a teenager. And I did a vocal cover of a band called Asking Alexandria, not the American Average, screamo type kind of music, you know, and that's what I was into at the time. And I did a vocal cover of the screaming, you know. And
so you can do that kind of vocal.
Yeah. So I haven't done it in a few years, so
you do a fusion kind of thing though, like a screamo country fusion.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You always gotta think of new angles.
Yep. I'm gonna have to show you that video.
I'm telling you, man, music sustains my soul. Like, I've never been happier than when I'm playing music. Like, no matter what goes on with my day. We've got, I'll show it to you before we leave, but I've got an Excel spreadsheet of songs we're working on and what level of demos they are. Like, phone demos, what we've got arranged, because me and my son will record them, the bass tracks, and then me and my dad will go over and overdub on top of them, harmonies and stuff to get to the demo, and then we know exactly how we're going to record it on the album, you know. So we've got like, I don't know, 20, 30 songs in play at different stages, you know. But yeah, man, it's just so much fun.
Okay.
You really ought to think about starting a band.
I'm gonna have to send you that link to that video.
Do you know any musicians around here?
Nope. When I moved, I've tried. Like, the only musician I know of is my grandpa. My grandpa, he plays guitar.
He a player? Oh, okay.
You know, and he doesn't, the way he learned, he self-taught himself.
Yeah.
You know, so he doesn't
That's
know,
the best
like,
way.
So no,
that's actually the better way.
But
because you're not doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You're doing it the creative way.
Yep. But yeah, he said the way he learned was he just picked up the guitar one day, had a melody in his head, and he just started plucking away. He's got songs for each individual in the family, like my aunts.
Oh, that's really
sweet. And everything like that.
That's really
his
cool.
Wife and stuff like that. You know, and
that's
it's
awesome.
just no lyrics to it, just melody.
Really? Just get to this instrumental.
Yeah.
This is your melody.
Yeah.
He gave a soundtrack to each one of them. Man, that's super special.
And when he did it, they were all doing something at that exact time. Like, he gave my mom one, and at the time that he did the one for my mom, she was in the kitchen doing the dishes, and he could hear it.
That's
you know,
sweet.
he could hear her doing dishes, and so he just
Yeah,
started playing, and that's what he named it.
that's cool.
And I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Do you want to read any of those, or
Man, I don't know.
you don't have to? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You can keep them to yourself if you want, but if you have one you're particularly proud of, you're welcome to bust it out.
Man. So we got. I'll give you a couple names.
That's cool.
I know, like, a couple of them. I don't know. I feel like I'm proud of them, but I don't know if they're.
Well, as a
Still kinda
songwriter,
scary.
I go through 3 or 4 drafts before I record.
That's
You know,
true.
you go through your initial, like, here's the lyric, and then you get up there and you're like, this didn't work live. Like,
Yeah.
like the meter's not right, and so you change it up, and then you listen to it, and you're like, I don't really like this, and so, like, it's an evolving
Yeah.
thing, you know, until
Definitely.
it's not. you
Yeah.
know, until you get it on record, you can always edit it and always change it. So if there's something you don't like about it, you know, I'd encourage you to put those in a Word document, you know,
Yeah.
and save them. And
I think I've actually got a hard drive with some of these saved on it. So-
yeah, that's good.
But so I got the latest one, which was in 2015. That was when my son was born. I was with my wife, and the name of the song was "Finding the One." You know, but that was the latest one.
So without reading the lyrics, kind of walk me through what the song's about. Like, in what headspace were you in when you wrote it?
So when
Because
I-
songs are like journals, right?
Yes, when I wrote it, the feelings and everything that I was thinking at the time, you know, my son was just born, you know, I found, you know, I had my wife, you know,
And when did y'all meet?
finally, we met I was still in high school when we met. Shoot, I think it would have been my last year of high school, possibly my second year. Funny story, we ended up meeting just because I dated one of her friends before we met, and I had just broken it off with her friend, you know, broke up with her friend, and her friend still had my picture in her phone. This was back when I still, you know, I was fit, running around, having fun, you know, so I had a 6-pack of shit, you know, but she had a picture of me shirtless on her phone as her contact for me, and, you know, my wife was going through her friend's phone and saw that picture and decided, you know, hey, I'm gonna text him, you know, asked her about it, asked her friend, she's like, who's this, you know, and she's like, oh, that's my ex, you know. She's like, well, do you mind if I, you know, text him, you know, chat with him? And she's like, no, go ahead, you know. So she texted me one day out of the blue at school while I was in class. We went to separate schools, you know, so because when I moved back here, I wasn't allowed to go to Springdale High School.
Where did you go?
I had to go to Archer Learning Center,
Okay.
you know, the adult learning facility.
Right.
You know, the school for the troublemakers.
Yeah, I'm
technically.
aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to go there because my grade point average wasn't high enough for Springdale High. You know, so I went there and she went to Springdale High, even though we still met, you know. And from there it went off, you know.
You're a lucky motherfucker. Some chick sees your picture and just hits you up
Yep.
and you marry her?
Yep.
Why can't good shit like that happen to me? This is unbelievable.
I went through quite a few others.
If I put a picture of myself out with my shirt off, I would be banned from social media
Nowadays, I think I would too.
and harpooned.
Yep.
I didn't even look at myself in the camera. I'm like, my fucking gut is just front and center
Yes.
here. Like, I mean, son, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Dad bod's a real thing.
Yep.
Although I rock it well. When I'm standing up, when I'm sitting down like this, there's no way to hide it. But
Yep. See, I didn't think that was real until, you know,
Yeah.
Gerald came along, and then I just.
but here's the
man.
thing about having a dad bod. You're so good at sucking in that
Yep.
you're constantly flexing those abs. So there's a
So-
6-pack
yes.
underneath.
Yes.
And
You just
it's-
gotta do the work.
and
to
multiple
leave
six
it.
packs on the outside,
Yes.
right? But like I've had my kids, you know, I'm like, you know, you laugh that I've got this belly, but I guarantee you, you can punch me as hard as you can in the stomach,
Yep.
and it will
Hard.
bounce off. And they're like, whatever. I'm like, seriously, do it. I remember my little one finally taking me up on it. He's like, fine. And he goes, boom. And after he got through the jiggle, his hand hit this brick wall. And I'm like, dude, when you flex and suck in all day long,
Yep.
those muscles get tight.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
So yeah, dad bods, they got a
Yes.
secret weapon.
Oh yeah. 100% agree on that.
Mm-hmm. And that's why. That's the secret, ladies. So just picture, if you find your man grotesque and don't like the beer belly, just picture the chiseled six-pack underneath.
Yes.
And that should make anyone, they don't like the word moist,
No.
so that should make anyone slippery. Can we say slippery?
I would say slippery.
You don't like wet either. You gotta say slippery now. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know what the right word is. I don't know what to say to women anymore. Of course, I've been married for 18 years, so
Yep.
it's not like I'm trying to talk to women. But like,
It's
I don't know how you would woo a strumpet these days. You know, like if I was dating, and I don't ever want to date again.
yeah.
And I know my wife wants me dead half the time, but hopefully I can remain married for the remainder of my life to one woman and never have to date again.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't, like in this day and age, like I couldn't date.
No.
I don't know how you would even go about approaching a woman without
Yep.
getting accused of sexual harassment. It's like he asked me my phone number.
100%.
What? Like what?
Almost have to be up in those club scenes most of the time.
Are you
just to be
lucky
able to
like
be
your fucking ass? Like what that pisses me off, that story. How that happened. It fell in your lap.
It did. She did.
How long y'all been married now? You've been together for
So we've.
so you 10 years?
We got married about 3 days before my daughter was born.
Okay.
So we had Daryl. We got married. So I want to say we got married in 2015. 2015.
So 10 years?
2014, yeah.
Right on.
Or no, not 2015. I mean 2021. 2021 when my daughter was born.
You're not good with numbers, are you?
No,
At all.
not at all.
Yeah.
I was trying to help my son with his math earlier today, and
You're
I
hurting him.
understood a little bit.
You're hurting him. Stay away from it.
Yeah,
He's better off on his own. Four out of 3 people are not good at math, I hear.
Yep, it sucks.
I'm not good at math either. But I also very much believe in, like, you know, there's a general IQ, like intelligence
Yes.
quotient test, but there's different, like, I would be like a 5 in math. Like,
Yeah.
I would be completely retarded in math.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I have a very high musical IQ. I can hear pitch, numbers, harmonies, and melody, or not numbers, but melodies and things in my
Yeah.
head. I can hear, you know, that stuff, but, like, mechanically, I'm not good. I'm not good with numbers. Like,
Yeah.
these people are smart in different areas.
Yeah, numbers.
You know, and that doesn't make you an unintelligent person because you don't know how to look at a car and say, that's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, that same person can't say, here's how to write a song from scratch, you know?
Yes.
We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and it's interesting to me how, like, genetic that is, too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, certain genetics go one way, and, you know, you're obviously getting 2 sets, so you get both strengths and weaknesses from your parents.
Yes.
You know, that come down generation after generation.
Generation,
Genetics is such a
yes.
crazy thing.
Now I understand that whole genetic curse thing.
And blessing.
Oh yeah.
And blessing.
Yeah.
Depending, though, it's like my boss was telling me the other day, he's like, I'm very uncoordinated. You know, like, but I'm like super athletic fast. And it's like but my wife's like super coordinated.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, man, I really hope my son gets, you know, our best qualities, but what if he gets both of the worst of them? You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
then you're just screwed. You know?
Yeah.
But that's the risk you run with like genetics. It's so funny.
Yep.
You know, mental illness is, I think, well, and this kind of goes back to the Tylenol argument because like mental illness,
Yeah.
I think, is very much genetic, but it's
Yes.
also caused by society.
Yep.
Like if you're looking on a cell phone every day, looking at somebody else's perfect life, You know, which it's
yeah,
all
you're
fake
gonna-
anyway.
gonna
You're
feel
only
that.
taking you're not going to show the messy house.
No.
Nobody's taking a picture of the fucking
Nope.
dirty toilet or the fucking
Yeah.
undone laundry, right?
Yep.
You're not taking pictures of that. You're just showing the best. And so I think a lot of people assume that, oh, their lives are perfect because
Yeah.
they're posting all this stuff. And then you start second guessing yourself. I'm not doing enough or I'm not good enough.
Yep.
And it makes, especially young women, like teenage women,
Yes.
are really susceptible to a lot of the like social media envy and making themselves
Yep.
feel bad and I don't look good on camera and you know
Yeah.
and kids all in general, men and women, feeling like they've got to have so many followers by the time they graduate and
Yep.
you know it's like what kind of and not to mention you're on camera all the time.
Yeah.
Like God, if I was on camera when I was a kid, dude, I'd be in fucking prison.
Some of the sketchy shit.
Now I didn't go out to hurt other people. I always did stuff that was usually a danger to myself,
Yep.
like drinking and driving, and you know, I wasn't a vandal, I wasn't a thief,
Yeah.
I wasn't going out, you know, hurting other people,
No.
but I was doing stupid stuff that was risking my
Yes.
own life. It was still illegal because I was
Yep.
on a public road and I wasn't thinking about you know the safety of others because you're selfish.
Yeah.
You're just trying to have a good time as a
Yep.
kid. But you know, if my kids were doing it, I'd be super disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope I raised them better
Yes.
than that. But I think I don't know. We're obviously in different generations, but I feel like my parents hid a lot of the things that they did from us, and you know they didn't tell us a lot of their stories. Where I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I want my kids to know how stupid
yeah.
I was. I want them to know that I'm lucky to be alive
Yeah.
and how stupid this was. You know,
Yeah.
and to have a great and learn from my mistakes.
Yep.
You know, I can pass these mistakes down to you so
Yes.
you can avoid them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's how my dad is. He's told me his stories. You know.
Well, he's closer to my he's
So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's,
And
he's
I'm
my
gonna do the
generation.
same. I'm gonna do the same to my boy. I'm gonna pass down my stories. You know, let him know. You know, these are the things that'll, you know, sometimes happen.
Yeah, we're talking about today
Don't
because
repeat
you
it.
set you had your son set today
Yeah.
because he wouldn't get his homework done.
Yep.
And I was telling you the story today at the game. Like we almost had that with my son.
Yep.
Wouldn't get his homeschools done, and I had to put the fear of God in him. And it's like, my wife just can't be mean to him.
Yeah.
Like she can get annoyed and she can raise her voice, but they don't feel like mom's just gonna go crazy and snap and kill him.
Yeah.
You know, like when dad gets pissed, they're like, well, we don't know.
Yep.
I could be grounded or my life could end.
Yes.
You know, and I don't feel a bit bad about it.
Uh-uh.
Like they need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know,
They need a stern hand.
but that's the beautiful thing about having a mother and a father. And I'm circling back to our conversation before the game today. We're having, like, the most successful kids I feel are kids that grow up with a mother and a father in the home.
Yep.
You know, and now it can be toxic. Like if your parents are like fighting all the time and it's a
Yeah.
toxic, that's a bad thing. But like
Yeah.
if you have it doesn't even have to be loving relationship, but a civil relationship. Because if you've been married for 20 years, you know,
Yeah.
you sometimes you're just like, ugh, I don't want
Yeah.
to deal with her this week. You know, but you don't fight. You
Yeah.
know, it's like it's not a toxic thing. It's just like you do your thing, I'll do mine. It's not all the time, but you know, they have two parents who are working together.
Yeah.
To make their kids' lives the best that it can be.
Yep.
Those are the kids I think who succeed. And statistically, that's what it shows.
Oh yeah.
And I think you guys are doing a good job, and you and your wife seem to have a good thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like a lovely lady. I don't
Yeah.
know her very well, but you got I don't know your son either as well as I know the little one because I see
Yeah.
her being feisty out
Oh yeah.
on the practice field. You're gonna have your hands full with that one, dude. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna need to learn how to polish a shotgun on the front porch.
Yep. 100%.
Always on edge. Those were your words.
Yes.
And she's only 4 right now, man.
Head's always on a swivel.
You got about 10 years before you got to get dangerous.
Yeah.
So
I'm
That's
getting
why.
ready. Gotta get ready.
it really pissed my wife off when I finally told her this. But I was like, every time you got pregnant, I prayed we didn't. It wasn't. a girl. Please give me an abundant. Please give me a boy, because it's a countdown. It's a countdown to prison time if
Yep.
I have a daughter. Because I know what kind of pig I was in high school.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't think about their dads at
Yep.
the time. You're just trying to, you know,
Yeah.
lay into something.
Yep.
and knowing what I know, sending my daughter out into that with a bunch of me's out there.
Yes.
I just want to be like fucking Terminator,
Yeah.
just blasting dudes away. They had to make a video
100%.
game. It's like Angry Dad. It's it's like all the dudes coming to bang his daughter, and he's just blowing them away.
Yes, sitting on the front porch.
Yeah, from the front
Boom,
porch,
boom, boom,
drinking a
boom.
beer.
Yes.
Beer is a power up.
Yes. Every 5 kills, he gets another 30 pack or something.
It increases his accuracy somehow.
Yes.
Or he just goes to a wider shot.
Yep. You see it just kind of zoom in.
All right, I'm not shooting bullets anymore. I'm going to bird shot now. I'm going to hit a wider range.
We're going to hit him with that buckshot real quick.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. But yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all I'll say, because she's a cute little thing, man. She's going to be a pretty young lady. And
Yep.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said, and I've dipped my toes in the political waters on Facebook and just gotten my ass eaten alive. It causes controversy and it pisses people off, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just posting pictures of my family and my music from now on. Like I'm not gonna. I don't want to, because it's just stressful. It's like when you go and check and there's like 15 people calling you a racist because you said something good about your government. You're like, God, I don't need this shit. So I stay away from it. And so I made the comment. I said, one of my favorite things is to see other people's kids on Facebook. And she's like, you know how terrible that sounds that you just said that? It's like, well, when you put it that way, yes. But that's not my fucking intention.
Yeah.
But like, I like this, but I really do like seeing people I grew up with, seeing what their kids are doing, and like my kids are doing, and you might not be in the same area anymore, but it's like, I know it's cool to keep up with, because I love my own kids, and I know the joy that they're having raising their kids. Just don't phrase it that way.
Yes.
You don't say that you look like you like looking at kids on the internet. That's a non-starter.
Yep.
But no, I really do think it's cool, and because I'm not gonna go to their football games and stuff, but like to if they post a picture where their son gets a big tackle or something, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. You're cheering for their kids.
Yeah.
And then when you see them, eventually you're like, man, I saw that tackle you made. And you can kind of connect with them a little bit on that. And
have a conversation.
That's the beauty of social media.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us together. It's both the devil and a force for good. It's like, I always use this analogy. It's a tool. It's like a hammer. You can kill somebody with it, or you can build a house with it, right? Social media is the same way. You can bring people together,
or you can tear them apart.
Or you can tear them the fuck apart.
Yep.
Do you use it much?
Facebook? Yeah.
'Cause you'd be more like a TikTok generation, wouldn't you?
I don't like TikTok. I mean, I've stuck to.
But that's kind of your demographic, the younger.
I guess.
Younger people, because Facebook's mostly known for old people like me.
So like for me, it would be, so the apps that I got that for social media, I've got Snapchat, and then I've got
Grindr.
Nope. And then
I guess I'm the only one who's still on Grindr. Jokes, people. Jokes. It was just that once, and I learned my lesson. It's a hard lesson.
Yep.
I always got to learn it the hard way.
Always. That's the best way to learn, ain't it?
If it doesn't kill you.
Yep. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. That's what they say anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, what were you saying? You got
Snapchat.
Snapchat. I didn't know that was still a thing.
I have it, but I don't even use it. I don't
even know how that works. I've never had it.
It's just basically you send pictures of yourself to your friends.
So what's different about? So I guess it reaches more of a group.
Yeah.
Versus like a text. So
like.
But it's just,
it's
just images, right?
Well, you can send text and stuff through that.
It's got like a DM feature.
Yeah. And then you can post your little pictures up on a storyboard, whatever.
But what's different about that than Facebook?
Nothing.
Okay.
Pretty much, just different name brand.
I got you.
Brand. That's it.
I don't know.
But
Well, I'm old enough to remember MySpace.
And then
Like,
I don't think you can shop on Snapchat. You know, you got Marketplace
Shop?
on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like, yeah.
You got like Marketplace on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can't do anything like that on Snapchat. That's about the only difference.
Yeah, I was in college when MySpace came out, and everybody was on MySpace.
Yeah.
And then Facebook came out and obliterated it, and so I was on Facebook for a minute, and then I was just like, I just don't want to fucking connect with people, and I didn't get on social media again until 2023, when I was about to launch a podcast, so I could kind of get the word out, and that's what I use it for, is promotion. For podcast music and just posting stuff with my kids, So, and I found that if I live by those rules, I don't have to wake up the next morning and find a bunch of hateful shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that anymore.
I don't know. So like my Facebook, I use it. So you've seen the family shit on there. And,
Yeah.
Some of the pictures with the kids.
Yeah, and that's cool to see.
And then, but other than that, it's like inspirational, like videos and like talks, kind of. What would you call that? Motivational, like speaker type stuff. I'm kind of.
Anybody in particular you like to watch?
So like.
Has anybody ever told you look like Matthew McConaughey from a certain angle?
Mm-mm.
You got a little Matthew McConaughey vibe. Put your picture up next to his sometime. Yeah.
Okay.
You got a Matthew McConaughey vibe.
Damn.
But yeah, you were saying.
But other than that, I can't really. So most of the stuff I look into, and like for some of that stuff, I got one guy. It's like a kind of a Viking type symbol. It's just a video of an old Viking man sitting in the back, with the snow falling.
Drinking a
something.
cup of mead.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just talking about motivational shit. Make sure you pull through the day, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just bunch of stuff like just awareness for like self awareness, shit like that. Just motivational type shit. Cause I know suicide. That suicide shit is a very very big.
Do you
thing,
have any like issues with depression or?
I guess like medically being like told by a doctor, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Just because I never go, I know I have the most I know is I have like ADD.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets depressed,
Yeah.
like but like I know like clinical. I have a lot of depression, but a lot of it roots from anxiety. Like
Yes.
the more anxious you get,
Yes.
the more depressed you're gonna get.
Yep.
It's not necessarily. I don't know. I've had conflicting diagnoses. Some say bipolar. Some say it's ruled by general anxiety disorder, which and which actually makes more sense because the more stressful life gets, the more depressed you get.
Yep.
Versus the more you're able to do the things you enjoy doing,
Yes.
you're gonna be happier, obviously.
Yep.
So, but is that not just a human condition? Also,
It is.
so is everybody just medicating
for the hell of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Like it's just we're just numbing our pain
Yep.
to, but at the same time, life is way more complicated than it's ever been. But then again, if you went to the grocery store in 1886, you didn't know if you'd get shot by bandits.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
so who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know. All I can talk about is the day and age I'm living in right now.
Yes.
And it seems to me with cell phones and all this stuff, things are more complex than they've ever been.
It is, and it's only going to get more complex.
With AI and
Yep.
self-driving cars,
Yep.
that could be a cool thing, though.
I mean, hell, seeing all this stuff happen just kind of takes me back kind of towards the movie iRobot.
I need to rewatch that because I don't know when that came out. It's been a long time, early 2000s.
I think
it's
it
the
was
Will Smith,
early.
right?
Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that since it came out. And when it came out, it seemed like the distant future.
Yes.
But now it's like we're kind of there.
It's so close. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask old Grok here. When was iRobot released? See, we don't need Jamie. We got Grok. Although it seems to be slow as fuck. It's 04.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's 20 years old now. So it took
Okay.
about 20 years to get.
To where we're at now.
Yeah, I need to write that down too. That's something I need to rewatch.
That's crazy.
Because I've heard you're not you're like the fourth or fifth person that's brought that movie up to me in the last month, and it's like, well, it's like the Charlie Kirk assassination. So in Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage, came out in 1998. There's a political figure named, or excuse me, I said Charlie Kirk. The guy in the movie's name is Charles Kirkland. And he gets assassinated on September 10th, which is the same day Charlie Kirk got assassinated. And there's a Project Jezebel in the movie, and there was a Project Jezebel, or a group named Jezebel, that put a hex on Charlie Kirk. It's like all these weird similarities, and it's like, are we living in a simulation? And so last night, me and my son watched Snake Eyes. It was like, I got to see it right now. And it's a coincidence, obviously, but it's still kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know?
See, now that you say that, now I'll take you back to, now it makes me feel like The Matrix.
Think about
See?
it. If video games have you ever watched the show Black Mirror? So it's like a modern day Twilight Zone.
Okay.
But it mostly focuses on like how technology can go wrong, right?
Yeah.
And like for example, one of the last episodes I watched, a dude's wife got in a car accident and she had like no memory of her family. I'm like, well, we can at this company said we can fix it and connect those things digitally.
Yeah.
And it was really expensive, but they did it. But then she would just start randomly speaking ads to people, and they're like. And then, she eventually got in trouble at school because she ran a Christian ad in front of her class, and one of the parents complained.
Oh, wow.
And so they went to the company and they're like, hey, what's the deal with the ads? She's like, oh, if you don't want to do the ads, you got to go to the premium package. I'm like, we can't afford the premium. So anyway, they go into debt just to keep her, technologically alive. It was fucked up.
Wow.
But anyway, it's a show that makes you think, even like, I haven't seen that episode in 3 months. I'm still thinking about it. It's a show that stays with you, and every episode's different. Like it's completely start over. You can watch them in any order in any season. A lot of people just go on Google and take the top 10 most popular and just watch those. I like watching all of them. All of them are good. Sometimes I feel like the endings don't always land up, but that's if you've ever read Stephen King, you're used to that.
Okay.
You ready, Stephen King? Do you read it all?
Not much. I know there was a couple books that I was into, but I didn't read that much. Like I got into the scary story books. I like those.
To Tell in the Dark?
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Fucking A. The drawings, though.
Yes.
The drawings were
Those
scarier
were
than the
even
stories.
creepier,
Yes, they were scary. The reason I couldn't sleep at night wasn't necessarily the story. It was those fucking pictures.
Close your eyes and that's all you see. And
oh
you're
my god, the way the drawings that guy did. I think Alvin Schwartz wrote it and Stephen Gamble did the drawings.
Okay.
But they re-released it. They did a reboot of it because the pictures were too scary a few years ago. With the guy that did the pictures for the Lemony Snicket series. Anyway, it was lame. It was super lame.
Wow.
I was like, you've ruined this. They still produce the original. You have options now, but my wife recently bought a collection of that for homeschool because you can get money from the government now homeschooling.
Okay.
One of the good things Sarah Huckabee Sanders has done is that they'll fund homeschool stuff. But she had bought a copy of that anthology, and I was like, I have those. Like I've had those since I was a kid. Like I brought them over, and I remember those used to freak me out because those came out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they're still fucked up.
Yep. Even to this day, they are.
It's just stuff of nightmares.
I watched that movie for that book.
Yeah, what'd you think of the movie?
I couldn't go with it.
Yeah, bro, it was bad.
It made no sense to me at all.
They tried. Yeah, it was a mess.
It was.
The whole thing was a mess. I made the mistake of buying it before because obviously I like hard copies because people go back and edit and delete shit. they've removed several episodes of South Park from streaming.
Oh
They've
wow.
edited episodes, or they've deleted episodes of Star Trek for being racist and stuff. And it's like, man, I want a hard copy because I don't
Yeah.
want you fucking deleting shit or editing
Yep.
shit. I want the original, you know.
Original.
So as long as I can, I want like those are my CD collection over there. You know, I want hard
Yeah.
copies of everything, and that way I can control it. You know,
Yeah.
I own it. You know, it's all on, and I still use iPods. Again, dating myself because, like, I can put my entire library on one iPod,
Yep.
and I can create my own playlists and everything, and I don't have to go to 20 different. Because like
Search through.
nowadays,
a
it's
song.
like certain artists are on this platform or this
Yep.
platform. So if you want all your music combined together, you can't do it anymore.
Nope.
You have to have something that you can control,
Yes.
and they're taking that freedom away from us by splitting all. You know, we all asked for this. We want, we want to pay cable prices. It's like
Yep.
we want to choose what we want, and then it's like, oh well, now we have that option, but everybody's got exclusive rights to things.
Yes.
So now, what do you do? So I still like an iPod with my entire library on it, you know.
Yep.
But shit, you by the time you were even iPods were probably extinct by the time you were listening to music. Like you were probably streaming shit when you were.
No, because I didn't get a actual cell phone until I was, I want to say 15, 14. You know, so everything, if I wanted to listen to music, I had either an MP3 or
Well, yeah, I mean
an iPod,
yeah.
and then that was it. Or I listened to CDs. I had a CD player, and I'd plug in my headphones, listen to my CD player.
Do you remember? Are you old enough to remember the Discmans?
No.
So when I grew up, we had Walkmans. It was a cassette recorder or a cassette tape player. You know, you had headphones. You know, you jam around. But then they came out with when CDs came out, they came out with Discmans. But you know, it rotates. Obviously, a laser reads it. So when you're running, the laser's not reading it, so it would skip all the time. And then they came out with skip proof Discmans. You know, it's like. And it's so wild to think that that's such ancient technology. And it only lasted a couple of years, and then we had streaming, and everything's digital now.
Discmans. You're talking about the little, you touch the button, it opens up. You put
Yes,
your CD in.
it's a little portable CD player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I remember
and you just
those.
plugged a pair of headphones in. You have to use that. You used to have those cheap styrofoam.
Yes.
Or not styrofoam, foam. Ear pads, little things.
Yep.
But now we've got noise canceling, all this
Yeah.
fancy fucking headphones that are great.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Expensive. Huh? Great, but expensive.
Yeah. I had a real bad temper when I was a kid. If I broke a Nintendo controller, I think it was like $15 or $20 to buy another one.
Yeah.
But if I saved my allowance up for a few weeks, I could get one.
Yeah.
Now they're $90 for
Yes.
like a Xbox wireless remote. 80
Yes.
$80, but with tax they're $90.
Yep.
So I tell my kids, you break a fucking controller, you are buying it.
Yes.
I know temper runs in the family, but do not break a fucking controller because you're buying the next one. And that usually they're like, because they know like if you break that one, you don't get to use another one.
Yep.
Like you're done until you replace it. So we haven't had any broken controllers, thankfully, and that's again a lesson I taught my mistakes.
Yep.
I used to break controllers, and it
Yeah.
take me a few weeks of allowance, and but I would have to buy a new one. But yeah, it's crazy. Video games like system. I don't know. I think the original NES was like $199, or maybe it was $99. I mean, by today's standards, it was ridiculous. And now systems are $500. Even the Switch 2. Switch 2 was $500.
Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy how much they have. Oh, you do have an original GameCube.
I got them all, brother. All the console systems. I don't have any of the handhelds. I never was a big handheld guy. Had a Game Boy. I told you I played Pokemon on, but I ended up selling it. I wish I still had it. But yeah, I've got the Wii U next door. That's the only one that's missing from that group. You got the NES, Super NES, 64, Cube, Wii, I got the Wii U next door, and then I got the 2 switches behind the TV. So.
Okay. Damn it! I knew I should have brought it.
What?
ATV Off-Road Fury Part 2.
What the fuck is that on?
Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, really?
Yep. The original disc.
I don't remember that game.
Oh, you gotta look it up. It's that 4-wheeler racing game that you can kick your opponents off of their bike.
Really?
Yep. That was when I was younger.
Yeah, I do not remember that.
And we had a GameCube. That was my game. That was my favorite game to play.
What was it called?
ATV Off-Road Fury 2.
ATV Off-Road Fury 2. That's a fucking mouthful. I bet their
Yep.
marketing department was fighting against that.
Yes.
We call it Off-Road Fury?
Yes.
Please.
I was like, oh man, that was.
Well, you got to have the ATV descriptor in there.
Yep.
But, that's wild that you remember, like, that specific game.
Yeah. That was
you could kick people, like when you came up next to them?
Yep.
So you're on ATVs, you're racing around, and you can fucking kick people.
Yeah, you hit that Z button on your game.
Yeah.
And you go,
That's awesome. I will tell you, as somebody who grew up, both before and after the N64 controller sucked.
Uh-huh.
The fucking, you had to either hold it like this or out like this, depending on if you were doing 3D or platforming. And I was glad to get the GameCube. GameCube controller was awesome.
Yes.
He was really awesome.
Yep.
I think I have one around here somewhere. But yeah, because that was that. I think they pretty much stuck with that format since.
Yep.
The way the GameCube's laid out.
That was the very first controller that ever laid out like that.
Yeah, but they've kept that ever since. That was the best. But I also, because as somebody who plays Xbox and Nintendo still, their buttons are both reversed.
Yep.
A and B, X and Y are all both reversed, and so if I jump over to an Xbox, I'm fucking up.
Yes.
I'm like, God damn it!
Yep.
And it takes me forever to like relearn, and then you get finally good at it, and then a Nintendo game comes out, and you go back, and you're like, fuck!
Redo.
I hate that. Like, why can't they? Is it copy? Like, why do they have to be?
Yep.
Let's make it universal, people. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only reason PlayStation gets away with the way theirs are set up, because theirs is set up the same way the Xbox is. It's just they use X
letters and symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use a different.
That's one of the reasons why I went Xbox over PlayStation back in the day. And I didn't even buy one. I actually got. Danny gave me his old one when he got a PS2, but I didn't want to. I didn't want a fucking Xbox because I hated those what the square circle.
Yeah.
What is this shit? I'm never gonna learn that.
That was.
Do you have a PlayStation?
So my dad's got the PlayStation. He's got the PlayStation 5, and I've got the Xbox One S. The tower.
Same one I have.
Well, mine's the tower, square tower.
Okay.
I guess it's the newest one, the latest one that came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that. Got that when that first came out. And the only reason I got it, the only main reason I got it, was because I wanted to go back and go from the Xbox games now back into the generation of straight up Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they said it was cross-gen compatible, that I could go back and play those games.
Right.
Little did they include that you can only go back and play certain games that they allow you to play.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like,
yeah,
really?
it's like, well, I mean, it's all licensing.
Yep.
It's stuff that they still have licenses to. It's like the Nintendo when they went online. It's like you couldn't get the Ninja Turtle games. You couldn't get a lot of third-party developer games. But I was so strict when my oldest son started playing video games, I would only let him play 8-bit games. Like games, because I wanted him to be good at platforming.
Yeah.
Because, and plus 3D games are a little overwhelming to kids. So he started out on Mega Man. And he played the shit out of those. And then, he got to where he was so good at them. He just played them over and over and over. And then he went to Mario Kart, Wii, and he sucked. He was so terrible. He was getting 12th place every time. And I just said, you just got to keep playing. Get better. And he did. Mega Man taught him how to read, as a matter of fact. I don't know if I've told this story in a podcast, but I had this Mega Man guide It was like an encyclopedia to all the bosses. And
Yeah.
like his backstory and all that stuff. And he was obsessed with Mega Man. Well, that's why I bought it. Was for him. Anyway, so he was always coming up, Dad, read this for me. What's this say about this boss? So I'd read it to him. And I just made an offhand comment one time. I was like, if you learned to read, you wouldn't need the middleman. And my wife called me at work one day and she's like, did you teach Max to read? I was like, no. I mean, we've worked on some, and he was 5. It's like, I've taught him some, like, same as you're doing, phonetic stuff. But she's like, he's reading this book now. Like, he manifested himself into reading. It was weird.
Wow.
He's way smarter than me. He's 15 and he's into robotics and
That's awesome.
engineering and does CAD and stuff. And it's a little humbling when you have a child who's way smarter than you are.
Yep.
But he started off on 8-bit, and now he's doing like From Software, Dark Souls shit. That's the hardest. Yeah, he's beaten Elden Ring like 5 times. Like, I couldn't even get through the first 6 hours of that game. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I don't. Did you play Elden Ring at all or no?
I tried. I tried to get into it, but like you, I couldn't even get past the first few hours.
It was brutal.
I was like, man, I'm done. And that's when I kind of figured, like, I like my first person shooters, the fast.
Do you prefer playing like in groups, like, or because I personally, like, I'm an introvert, and so like when I have game time, I don't want to be socialized. I like solo mission, just storyline kind of games.
See, I like that. I do like that, but then at certain times, I like being able to, talk to my teammate or something, kind of group together. Like, the only reason I like to play online is because then I can talk to the teammates and we can kind of work as a team and just kind of walk through the map and just clear people out, But
no, I get the appeal of it. It's just by the time I get to play, it's like I've been through fucking people all day long, and I don't want to deal with any more people.
Yep. And they change every match. If you don't change.
Oh, so you playing with randos?
Yeah, randos over the whole nation.
Well, that's interesting.
And it's just it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I like it, but at the same time, I don't like it because you can get banned for saying certain things.
God, no, fucking
it's like,
everybody's
come on,
so sensitive. They used to call them gamer words.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man, you're expecting us all to talk clean, but we're playing a game on killing people.
I heard one of my favorite YouTubers, Jeremy Griggs. He's got the site Geeks and Gamers. He said the toughest generation of kids emotionally are the kids who grew up in Modern Warfare lobbies.
Yep.
The shit that was talked and the names that were called were so brutal that you were forged in steel. You know what I mean? And then it was like, then you started banning all these people, and now if you say the slightest thing, somebody just fucking gets their pussy hurt,
and
you get banned, and they can report you. You know, it's like, like I said, like dating. Like, I'd be afraid to ask a woman out on a date for being, reported for sexual harassment. Like, am I allowed to speak?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work nowadays? I don't know.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, it's wild, but yeah, I get what you're saying about, like, I don't know. I know my son and his friends talk a lot of shit, but they're not using gamer words. So, but still, I mean, I don't know. That's a tricky one because freedom of speech is protected by the government, not a private company. So if a private company wants to say, but I still think you're being a bitch. Like, if you can't handle the fucking terrain, get the fuck out.
Yep.
It's like,
go play a different game.
It's like military. If you can't handle the physical requirements, then you shouldn't be able to allow it, man or woman.
Yeah.
If you can't handle these qualifications, then you shouldn't be in the military.
Yeah.
If you can't handle a fucking Modern Warfare lobby, don't play the game.
Nope.
Or don't get on, why should everybody cater to the weakest of us?
Yes.
That's where our society has come to. We are catering to the weakest people, and the weakest people have the most power now because they continue to complain and point at everybody for being bullies and racists and stuff that are absolutely not true, but because they've continued to be weakened because any opposition has been removed from their life, they want no challenge.
Yep.
And they want to be handed everything. And that's where we're fucked.
Yep.
And that's where I strongly disagree with a lot of my friends on the left. We're getting so pussified that men are expected to be subservient and docile, and it's just, that's a great example, like of the gamer lobbies.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
why? It's a public forum.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, mute that person. Ban that person from your
chat.
Just like on Facebook. You don't like what somebody says, ban them from your feed, right?
Yeah.
Don't get them kicked off.
No. Yeah.
They have a right to speak whatever they want to fucking say.
Yeah.
But then if you were to do that, you'd be alone eventually.
Yes.
Because everything would offend you, and eventually there would be nobody to play with.
Nobody.
Because you can't handle any fucking thing.
Yep. Nobody wants to play with you. Nobody wants to be on your team, and
yeah.
Nobody
wants to be on the team with somebody like that.
Yeah. No.
What a world we're living in. Well, what do you? We're at over 2 hours 15 minutes. So let's close this out. What are you hopeful for?
Hopeful for? Oh. Damn.
What do you want to see your son and daughter grow into? What do you hope for them?
I want to see my son grow into a better young man than I am.
Great answer.
I want to see my daughter grow into a wonderful woman that I know she can be. And
as long as you keep polishing that shotgun in front of those boyfriends,
you got this.
I think you got it.
Oh yeah.
Brother, thanks for coming on. It's been a fucking honor having you.
Oh yeah.
Enjoyed it. We'll do it again one of these days.
My son wanted to come. I was like, yeah, his boy's out of town for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I don't let kids on anyway. I can't. That's probably a lie. I'd probably get arrested. But my wife's like, I don't want the kids on ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's man, podcasting's a weird deal because you put it out in the public ether,
Yeah.
and then like I had a buddy over one time and he goes, you remember when you told that story about this? And I was like, how do you know that? I've never told you that. And he was like, you told it on the podcast. I was like, and that's when it really hit me. I was like, oh, people listen to this shit, It's like, people hear it.
Maybe I should start watching a little bit of what I say.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was just more of just like the awareness of like people actually listen to this shit. I don't know why. They have nothing better to do than listen to this, but thank you for watching for real if you do. Anyway, hopefully better luck next week.
Oh yeah. Hopefully.
It was a tough day today, but we'll recover. We'll regroup. We shall be triumphant. Thanks for watching, folks.